Om Amriteshwariye Namaha. Humble prostrations at the lotus feet of our beloved Sadguru, Sri Mata Amritandamayi Devi, the Chancellor and guiding light of our university, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed dignitaries, proud parents, and most importantly, the reason we are all gathered here today, the amazing graduates of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Chennai campus. Events are always special, but one such as this is not only special, but a milestone as well. The first Convocation Ceremony of Chennai campus. And you students, the proud first batch to graduate. No wonder there's excitement in the air. Today is a day of immense significance, not only for the individuals who will be crossing this stage, but also for their families, for faculty members, and indeed for the entire institution. With proud reverence, we invoke the blessings of the Almighty, the source of all knowledge and wisdom, to be with us throughout this momentous occasion. May we now have the traditional lighting of the lamp that will embark the auspicious beginning of this program. I humbly request Sampujya Swamiji, Ramakrishnananda Puri, Professor B.S. Murthy, Dr. Hanumanta Rao, Dr. Shashangan Ramanathan, and Dr. Jayakumar to light the lamp. I request everyone to please rise. Thank you, dignitaries. Let's now invoke the blessings of our beloved Sadguru Mata Amritandamayi for the smooth conduct of this ceremony. I request everyone to rise for the same. After the prayer, please remain standing for the state anthem of Tamil Nadu, Tamil Thai Varth.
எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனே தமிழ்
तेजोमयीं नैष्टिकीं स्निग्धापाङ्गविलोकिनीं भगवतीं मन्दस्मितश्रीमुखीं वात्सल्यामृतवर्षिणीं सुमधुरं सङ्कीर्तनालापिनीं श्यामाङ्गीं मधुसिद्धसूक्तिम् अमृतानन्दात्मिकामेश्वरीम् ॐ अमृतेश्वर्यै नमः। ॐ अमृतेश्वर्यै नमः। ॐ अमृतेश्वर्यै नमः।
Thank you, students. It's now my privilege to lead us into the next part of our program. It's with great pleasure that I invite Dr. Shashankan Ramanathan, Dean, Amrita School of Engineering, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, to deliver the welcome address.
Om Amriteshwaryai Namaha. My humble prostrations at the lotus feet of our Sadguru, world-renowned humanitarian and spiritual leader, Chancellor of Amrita University and the guiding light and inspiration to millions of people, Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, Amma. I'm extremely privileged to extend a very warm and respectful welcome to Sampujya Swami Ramakrishna Anandapuri, Treasurer and Trustee, Mata Amritanandamayi Math. Thank you, Swamiji. Our Chief Guest, Dr. B.S. Murthy, Director, IIT Hyderabad. Our Guest of Honor, Dr. Hanumantarao, Director General, Samir, R&D. On behalf of everyone present here, I sincerely thank the three of you for taking your time to come and bless us today. My pranams and salutations to Swami Vinayamritananda Puriji. Thank you, Swamiji. It's a great pleasure to be back in Chennai campus on this momentous occasion to be with my dear friend, Director Mr. Manikandan, and Principal Dr. Vijay Kumar, and all the chairpersons. My humble, respectful, and affectionate welcome to my colleagues, faculty, non-teaching staff present here today. Before I proceed with welcoming our VIPs of the day, you know who they are, I thought it would be appropriate for me to acknowledge and thank every member of the Chennai campus, the students who are here, faculty, and all the non-teaching staff for their tireless and dedicated contribution under the leadership of Swami Vinayamritanandaji, Mr. Manikandan, and the principal. This campus has made significant contribution to the growth of Amrita. And it is because of the dedicated and passionate work that all of you have done here. I am really thrilled to be here because 4 years ago, I stood here. And it is just absolutely joyful to be back and hand you your degrees today. Thank you very much. I'm sure a lot of parents are here. Either you're here in the auditorium or outside watching it. You must be really proud of what you have been waiting for, to have your kids get this momentous degree on a special day, being the first class from the Chennai campus. Now, the stars of the day, the graduating students of the class of 2023, the first batch from Chennai campus. It gives me immense pleasure in welcoming all of you here on this fantastic and coveted graduation day. Now let me tell you, based on what I have seen in Etimade campus, the first batch is always a special batch. So you're all going to be extremely special for this campus. It's really nice, honestly. 4 years ago, inauguration, and now I'm standing here looking at all of you. Most of you who didn't have mustaches and beards, but you have graduated and you're ready for your degree. Beautiful. So let's get this proceedings with a huge round of applause for all of our graduates. Great. I'm sure this will be a very special day for you. It'll be a momentous day that you will cherish for the rest of your lives. Plus, everyone who's been at Chennai campus will always remember the first batch. First is always important. Now, on a day like this, it is absolutely phenomenal to have three eminent people, accomplished people in their own ways, to award you the degrees. I would like to, with a very sincere and deep sense of respect, welcome our Sampujya Swami Ramakrishnananda Puriji, a senior renunciate, a disciple of our beloved Amma, Mata Amritanandamayi Devi. He is a treasurer and trustee of our world-renowned organization, Mata Amritanandamayi Mutt. He is also the member of a board of management, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. For the past 30 years, he has relentlessly, and I don't know, he still keeps going. He has worked for such noble causes for spiritual and humanitarian upliftment of the downtrodden people. Thank you very much, Swamiji, for coming here. It is an absolute honor to have with us Dr. B.S. Murthy, the chief guest of the day, a highly accomplished academician and administrator who is very well known in the field of material science and metallurgy. He is an astounding and impressive academic record, which includes completion of several funded projects worth over 100 crores and over 400 plus high-quality publications. He was also conferred with the honorary doctorate degree by Deakin University, Australia. Sir, an impressive and very inspiring journey, and we are all so blessed to have you here. It is a delight to welcome our guest of honor, Dr. Hanumanta Rao, Director General Samir, an R&D entity of MITI, Government of India, and he is also a visiting faculty at IIT Madras. His contributions to novel antenna development for both civilian and defense applications is absolutely remarkable. A great administrator who has steered and shaped various groups within Samir in developing cutting-edge technologies. Folks, this is extremely important for India, and we thank you, sir, for taking the lead in shaping the future of India. Thank you so much, again, on behalf of everyone. Now, it's actually very nice to step up to the podium first, because I haven't given them an opportunity to congratulate you, so I'll take this opportunity with a very deep sense of pride and pleasure to congratulate all of the graduates today. My heartfelt congratulations to the class of 2023. Now, having graduated from Amrita, you understand the motto, education for life. Now, you are equipped with everything that you need to face all the challenges, whether it's personal or professional. So now it's up to you to implement and incorporate whatever you have learned at Amrita. Now, moving forward, I'm sure you'll all be mentally tough enough to face all the ups and downs. Life has been very nice and easy so far. Now, the next phase of your life is where you really start facing challenges. Now, you're all okay. You've graduated out of a university that's given you the fundamentals and the beautiful foundation. So, build on that. Now, if you think this degree is a ticket to good life, let me ask you to think a little bit differently. Think of it as a ticket to change the world. Now, you're all change agents. What have we chanted every day at Amrita? Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Every morning. Now, we've chanted that shloka, we have listened to that. Now it's time for you to actually put it into action. Lokaha samastaha. Everything that you do should be good for the humanity, good for everything on this planet. Now, dear students, you've got great potential. I think you have invested a lot of time in your education. Your parents have invested time. I didn't say money, they have invested time. Now it's up to you, and the world needs your talent. Whether you go for higher studies or you have a job, contribute with a sense of sustainability. I think that's important. Amma has consistently told us, never plunder Mother Earth. So moving forward, what you do, you must think sustainability. Am I doing the right thing? Is it sustainable? These are things that you keep in mind no matter where you are. Now, before I conclude, I thought I'll share a few words that has helped me in my life, in my professional, personal life. Now, there are very simple things in life you need to do. First, you decide what you want to do. Okay, if that decision will be different at different phases in life. But once you decide, stay focused. Persevere and never back off, never give up. And there are two most important things that they have helped me in my life. Always respect everyone. Respect is important, whether it's a superior or a junior, you must show the respect. And integrity. Integrity is very important. That's a character that will take you through the rest of your life. You will earn respect because of who you are. So integrity is important. These things have helped me. You know, if you had a bike and you had 5 bolts, there is no important bolt there. 2 bolts get down, you don't ride the bike. So a single bolt in a bike is as important as an engine. So keep that in mind. Then that's the kind of respect you have to show to everybody. And I'm sure within the next 10 years, you will all grow up and become managers, directors, and vice presidents and whatnot. What has helped me in my life is I didn't let this one thing called ego. It's a very nice thing, ego. When you start getting titles and power, your head sort of swells with ego. Honestly, it'll hurt you eventually. Don't let your head swell, but take care of that mutual respect and integrity. Treat everyone that you would like to be treated. Don't let ego come in the way, because that's going to hurt you. With all of these simple messages, I wish you all the very best, and it is a very special occasion to be the first batch coming out of Chennai campus. Om Namah Shivaya, all the very best.
Thank you, sir, for that very warm and heartfelt welcome address. Today, we are extremely blessed by the presence of one of the foremost disciples of our Chancellor Amma, Sampujya Swamiji Ramakrishnananda Puri, Member, Board of Management, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, for presiding over the first Convocation Ceremony of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Chennai Campus. Sampujya Swamiji has been a torchbearer of Amma's wisdom and teachings, embodying the principles of compassion, selfless service, and spirituality that Amma has shared with the world. Swamiji has accompanied Amma on numerous occasions, both in India and abroad. I request Sampujya Swamiji to enlighten us with his benedictory address.
ॐ गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वम् अमृतेश्वरी मा त्वमेव सर्वम् अमृतेश्वरी मा Tvameva sarvam amriteshwari ma. Om Amriteshwari Namaha. My humble pranams to all the distinguished guests on the stage, the proud parents, and also to the new graduates who have made their own parents proud. At the outset, I convey my heartfelt congratulations on your successful completion of the graduation. And I wish you all the best for your bright future and well-being. And may Amma's grace be on all of you. I'm sure you would have come across lots of obstacles and hardships. Can you hear me well at the back? Can you hear me well? Yes. I cannot hear you because no one is saying it. Yes? Okay, thanks. So you would have come across lots of obstacles, hardships on your way to graduation from different corners. But in spite of those obstacles and hardships, you have achieved a great success. I really appreciate you. Once again, congratulations. Now, from a different perspective, there are many factors that have contributed to your success. I don't know how many of you would have thought about those factors. Of course, the first factor is your hard work and self-effort, without which you could not have become a graduate now. That's the main factor. No denial of that. But then, think about, let me give you some hint about the other factors. First of all, your teaching staff, faculty members, they have contributed their share. Then the lab staff, including the attendants and the cleaning staff there. Isn't it? Then the Department of Electricity and Water, who supplied you water and electricity at the right time. The cook, that have been cooking for you. And your body and its health. Your brain must have worked normally. Otherwise, you could not have become a graduate. Your mind should have been conducive enough for you to be successful. Your heart, your kidney. So basically your health. And there are billions of bacteria, billions of microgerms that protect your health. There are both harmful bacteria and beneficial bacteria, like the bacteria that help in your digestion. So all those bacteria have played their part. The harmful bacteria did not affect you. If it had affected you, you would have fallen sick and Govinda, examination Govinda. Do you agree with me? Only then I can proceed. Then your parents, who have always been, wishing your well-being and your success, and who have been praying silently for you. So their part is there. And the vehicle which transported you, the driver that drove the vehicle that you came in. I can go on listing the factors that have helped you. So your effort is only one among these many factors. Do you agree with me? I have a funny incident to narrate. I was doing my second year graduation. And those days English was a compulsory subject. I studied in Calicut University, Kerala. I wrote my English examination I was not so bad in English. English is okay for me. I used to score good marks in the session marks. So I wrote the examination. I was very confident. In all the subjects, I scored distinction. But in English, I fared very poorly. I failed miserably. I could not digest it. So in those days, we had a system called revaluation. You can apply for revaluation to the university. And the professor will revalue your paper. And if you get good marks, that will be published. If you get more marks, you will be considered as pass. So through my friends, some of my friends working in the university, I tried to find out what had happened. They found out that my answer paper was sent to a professor, as was English professor, and he didn't do his job well. Sorry I'm not trying to offend anyone of you. I'm just narrating the incident that happened to me. So he didn't do his job well. At least that's what I thought. So what happened was, the professor to whom my answer paper was sent, he was not in a good state of mind. His wife, they have been married for more than 25 years, his wife had eloped with a truck driver who was living nearby house. She ran away with him. Imagine, you have been living with your wife for 20 years, 30 years. Of course, you are not married, you will be getting married soon. So then we can remember the story. So after 25 years, this wife is leaving him. The professor was devastated. Then in such a state of mind, how can he concentrate on my answer paper? His life itself is a big problem. So my answer paper is not at all a problem for him. It's nothing for him. And then the funny thing was, whenever he would hear the noise of a truck, because the wife ran away with a truck driver, so whenever he would hear the noise of a truck, he'll become delirious, uncontrollable. So maybe when he was correcting my answer paper, many trucks would have passed by his house, so he was not able to concentrate. The result, I failed. See, here I wanted to point the factors that can go against you in spite of your sincere best effort. I have written well, I studied well, I was so confident, I never failed in any one of the exams till I finished my post-graduation. So how could this happen? I wrote well, but the factor was, professor did not do his part well. So I cannot just say that because I have worked hard, I have to get this result. No, there are other factors that will impact. So similarly, even though you have done your part well, all other factors have fallen in place for you to get the graduation. And many other factors are not under my control. Can I control the professor's mind? I don't know. How can I control the professor's mind? How can I even know what state of mind he is in? It's all beyond my control. So in any action, there are some factors that are under your control, like writing the exam, studying well. Those are under your control. But there are many factors that are beyond your control. So how can those factors which are beyond your control can become favorable? Only God's grace can make it happen. So we never go deep into these aspects. So if you go deep into this aspect, you will respect everything. You will want God's grace. You will try to earn God's grace. So I can go on listing the factors that have helped you visibly and in invisible way also. Seen and unseen forces are always helping us to achieve what we want. So that is very important. So I was mentioning about the bacteria, billions of bacteria. If they had created a problem, it would have fallen sick. So you have to be thankful to the bacteria. You may think it's just a cock and bull story or something unintelligent. No. If you are sitting here means everything is perfect with your health. If you have diarrhea, can you sit here? See, How many factors are helping you? We are quite unmindful of this. So each and every moment of life is at the mercy of so many things in the creation. So always be grateful. You can be proud about your achievement, but the proud should be below the gratefulness, gratitude you must have towards everything in the world. So because you are going to leave the institution, I want to give you some values. And you are like the front runners of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham Chennai campus. You are the front runners now. The society will gauge the Chennai campus on how you behave, how you work, how you discharge your duties. So you are like as important as the day is for you in your life, it's important in the history of Chennai campus also, because you are the first batch, isn't it? So when you slowly start to cultivate the attitude of gratitude, you start respecting everything. You won't harm anyone. Because everyone has contributed to you. The food you eat, you know how much the farmers are toiling. So please, when you have time, think about the subtle aspects of life. There are so many subtle aspects. If you think about that, you always feel that I have to do something to the society. I have to do something to the people. I have to do something to suffering humanity. That should be our aim. Yeah. Of course, we have to earn money, no doubt about that. But a part of that, part of your money, or part of your time, part of your talent, can go to help the people. A kind word, as Amma, our chancellor, always says, a beneficial action, a loving and kind words to someone who needs consolation is an expression of gratitude. So it is not enough if you say thank you very much. No. This thank you very much, that feeling should be manifested through your actions and words. So that one thing I think I want you to remember when you leave the institution. The second thing is attitude. That's also very important. You may have good talent. What do you call it as aptitude? A-P-T-I-T-U-D-E. Aptitude is talent, skill. But aptitude alone is not enough. You need to have the right attitude. There are people who have high amount of talent and skills. But for want of proper attitude, their talent and skill and their full potential will not be manifested, because the lack of attitude impedes, hinders the talent coming into manifestation. So attitude is also very much necessary. So how do you cultivate the right attitude? By right understanding. By right understanding of a situation or of a person, you get a good attitude. How does the right understanding comes? By practical analysis of a situation. By practically analyzing a situation, you can get a right understanding. Then from the right understanding, you get right attitude. This is how the sequence. I just want to give you one more example from Amma's life, our chancellor's life. In the early 90s, I think, Amma was invited to the United Nations. And she gave a speech on a particular subject. That speech was in Malayalam language, her own native language. And that was the first time someone is giving a speech at the United Nations in Malayalam. So when Amma returned from New York, from that UN, from the main road to Amma's ashram, there's about 5 to 6 kilometers. It's a village road. So right from the start of the village road, people living in the houses on either side of the road, they lit lamps and decorated their house all the way up to Amma's ashram. Because it was a proud moment for them that someone from Kerala went to United Nations and spoke in Malayalam. So they were proud of that. So they had lit lamps on either side of the roads and decorated the house all the way up to the ashram. When we reached the ashram, I was so elated, so happy that the villagers are now at least realize Amma's worth and respecting Amma, appreciating Amma. So after that, I had a chance to talk to Amma. And I told Amma, I'm very happy. I was in a different world, ecstatic world, when I saw all these people respecting you so much, because they were used to respect Amma. Then Amma said one thing, which still is echoing in my ears. Oh, those days, they were throwing stones at me because they thought Amma is crazy. Villagers, they were used to appreciate Amma's greatness. For those days, they threw stones at me. Now they are throwing flowers at me. For me, it's all the same. Somehow they will be throwing something at you, something on you. So it's all the same for me. That is attitude. That is attitude. Because Amma knows this person may praise me today, tomorrow he may blame me. This is the nature of the world. So that is the right understanding. Some of you also might have experienced. Your close friend suddenly becomes your enemy. Is it not? It's not impossible. It is possible. Look at the politics. Simple example. Politics. They fight today, tomorrow they are friends. Because each one wants to conceal his corruption. So this is the world. This is the understanding that we have. When you go for a job in the corporate world, there will be cutthroat competition. They may try to put your position in danger. So you should expect that. If there's no excuse to say, I did not expect that, means you don't have a right attitude, right? You don't have a right understanding. So how does the right understanding come? By practically analyzing the situation. See, when you go to the tiger cage where the tiger is kept, you have a right attitude. You know that you cannot go beyond a limit. You cannot just try to pat the tiger. So you have a right understanding. That gives you right attitude. So when you have the right attitude, nothing will upset you. Amma gives a wonderful example. I always say that when you sow a seed, the seed may sprout and may die after a few days. Or it may grow to a big tree, and then a cyclone comes, the tree is uprooted, or then the tree may finally give you fruits. So anything can happen. The seed may not sprout at all. The seed may sprout, become a plant. Some cow or goat eats it, and then you don't get it. Or the tree may be a fully grown tree and then destroyed by a cyclone, or it may give fruits. So for one action, you have so many outcomes, isn't it? So here also in my example, I mentioned the one aspect that is in my control is study well and perform well. So when you perform something, when you do something, what is the right attitude means you will be able to expect all possibilities. It may happen, it may not happen, it may backfire, it may happen half, or it may not happen. So there are four or five possibilities. If you expect, you should expect all the 5 possibilities. That is her attitude. Here, I told you about Amma, no? She knew people will be like this. Some people may praise, some people may blame. So she is ready to accept the situation because she has cultivated the right attitude by right understanding, by practically analyzing the situation. So this is how you should have. You should move in the world because this has, as Dean Mr. Sasagan mentioned, this has been a comfortable life for you, comfortable zone. When you go outside, especially the corporate field, many of you may be join a company. Some of you may go to higher studies. But whatever it is, when you are entering a different field, the challenges will be more. If you don't have the right attitude, you will be upset. All your aptitude, talents will be waste. When you are upset, your attitude will not, your talent will not come out. Yeah, you might have heard about Napoleon Bonaparte, the great French military king, French. He was exiled to an island called St. Helena by British people. He lost the Waterloo War. He was such a courageous and determined person. And when he was sent to exile, there were some other people to help him, were also kept in detention there. So one day, one of his accomplices gave him a chessboard, chessboard. So the people thought, one of his accomplices thought maybe he can spend his time by playing chess. But he received it, but he did not even turn this side or that side. They just kept it like this because he was so upset. Even though he was a mighty emperor with all the talent, courage and everything, he was so upset that he was sent into exile. So it was just lying there. And after he died there at the age of 51, I think. After he died, when the army people, the soldiers went to take his body out, they saw this chessboard, and behind the chessboard, there was an escape route given to him. The escape route was given. If Napoleon had just turned the chessboard to the other side, he would have found the escape route and he could have escaped. He did escape once from exile. But this time he was so upset, irrespective of his mighty power and determination and courage, it's all gone. So that means he didn't have the right attitude. He had the aptitude, no attitude. If he had attitude, he would have had balanced mind, definitely he would have looked at the escape route and escaped. So what I'm saying is, any amount of talent you have, doesn't matter. If you don't have a right attitude, it will all be useless. So these two things I want you to remember, because our Chancellor always mentioned these two aspects, like being grateful to others, being grateful to the whole creation. Then you will be able to appreciate even small things in your life. If you are grateful, that gives you a space in your heart to appreciate even small things in your life. Nothing will be insignificant for you. So then you cultivate the right attitude. So these two will help you to move fast in your future, towards your future goal. So that is a two important thing I wanted to tell you, because Amma gives so much importance to these two aspects. When you are grateful to the whole creation, you always will protect the nature. You will never harm, not only the nature, even other people. So I hope you keep these two aspects, two values in your mind. And I once again pray to Amma that she gives you a bright future, a good career, well-being, and be a useful citizen to India. I read in a newspaper that India is having the largest young population, about 350 million. No other country has this. From the age between 22 and 35, we have more than 350 million young people like you. So you can imagine I can imagine the potential of all of you. India will be the number one country in the world. If you work in the right way, if you apply your talents and skill and aptitude in the positive way, India can be the number one country in the world. And there's so much potential in all of you. The only thing is, anything that is obstructing your potential to come out, that should be obliterated. That should be demolished and eliminated. That's your job. Because God has given you all these talents, and it is my duty to make sure my talent flows out without any impediments, without any block. So may Amma bless you to become a blessing not only to your parents, you become a blessing to Bharat also. Om Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham.
Thank you, Swamiji, for that enlightening address and for reminding the importance of gratitude and right attitude in creating favorable conditions for growth in our lives. Thank you, Swamiji. It's with great pleasure and excitement that I introduce our distinguished guest of honor, Dr. Hanumanta Rao. Since June 2022, Dr. Hanumanta Rao has held the prestigious position of Director General at the Society for Applied Microwave Electronics and Engineering and Research, fondly known as SAMEER, an autonomous R&D powerhouse under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. His journey within SAMEER has been astounding. He has been a driving force behind the creation of indigenous 5G solutions through multi-institute collaborative research. His academic prowess is equally impressive, having earned his PhD from the Queen's University Belfast, UK, a master's degree from BITS Pilani, and a BTech from SV University, India. With over 34 years of experience in research and development, Dr. Hanumanta Rao has made significant contributions in the realms of RF, microwaves, and MM-wave technologies, impacting both strategic and civilian sectors. Now, we eagerly await his special address, but before we proceed, let's express our gratitude to Dr. Hanumanta Rao for gracing this occasion with his presence. May I now request Sampujya Swamiji to felicitate our esteemed guest of honor as we look forward to his words of wisdom and experience. Thank you, Swamiji. Sir, the dais is now yours, please.
Gurubhyo Namaha. So, Mata Amrita ji and Ramakrishna Puri ji and Professor Murthy and distinguished, eminent and wonderful professors and the faculty who has transformed your lives to be graduating today. So first, I pay respect to all the people who was instrumental so that you could reach here. And I would like to congratulate all the graduating students, rather the first batch of Chennai campus. As everybody said, it will be written there in the history, the first batch. And you will be the first alumni of the campus. The growth of the entire university lies. They say that, oh, that was the first batch. You know, you're the first batch alumni. Oh, he is there, she is there. So that's one you're going to create and script a history saying that Chennai campus was built. You grew with Chennai campus. You saw it's growing. When you were the first year student, nothing, I could guess, most of the buildings could have been there. The same auditorium could have been there. So you grew with the campus and you cherished every moment of the growth of the campus and the faculty. And the faculty also probably would have been joining at regular intervals there. So you clearly create a memorable mark in the history of your Amrita Chennai campus. So I congratulate all the graduating students and the rank holders. It's not a distinction, it's a privilege to be here and share my moment with you. And as Swamiji said, many people are involved in making it happen. But I personally rate the proud parents, my first preference, along with the gurus. So they did the sacrifices, what they said, what they did for you. You will never know, they will never tell you. So my humble pranams to all the parents who made this happen. So otherwise, they should not have been here. So as father of two daughters, I know what goes through bringing up two kids. So it's a wonderful moment, and at least most of the parents could make it. I know how important this day is, where the kids, you have been the wings of the teachers, faculty, friends, they have been protected till today, and they are getting into the world. Now they are the citizens of the country. And you are the torchbearers of the technology or whatever domain you are working at. And you are going to change the entire perception, what you had till yesterday, being in the campus and going out of the campus. So we always say, like, the conditioned mind cannot think. There were multiple conditions for you till now. You need to study, you need to perform, you need to get the degree, you need to get the, what are the ranks, or maybe you need to get an employment. All that could happen now. All the conditions have been over to the extent, at least the first journey, you have fulfilled those conditions and coming out as a graduate. Now, there is no boundaries for you. Only your perceptions should be changing now. The way you look at the life as a student, as a child of your parents, and the lovable friend of your own roommates, or maybe the boys and the girls, the wonderful time you had, that takes the back seat. You are a responsible citizen today. The country depends on you. As everybody mentions, we have the world's largest youth. But I am ashamed to say that very few of them are self-directed and motivated to make this country proud. So I request all the graduating students, and of course your juniors going to follow, make this as a responsibility to contribute to the nation. And in the last 15, 20 years, or maybe from the independence, from where we started, so if it's 1947, we had nothing when the country started. And today, the world looks at us. The only reason we have the dignity and self-respect and the way we show that we can perform. We talk about always the countries outside. We talk about Silicon Valley, we got MIT, we can Stanford, we can talk to Princeton, we talk to Cambridge and California, Caltech. But just keep our hand on our heart and think, many of Indian faculties are still there. They are only your own people. So it's only the environment and the ambience around you makes the difference. So that's a place where the value system comes. So one thing which I always respect in the entire life could be the one piece of advice which I can give to all the younger generation, the value system. It's the integral DNA of Amrita's institute. You can see Saraswati Devi sitting in the front. So you come to the school to learn. That's the first principle. And you start and greeted with that. So that is the one which makes you to think that there's a purpose why I'm here. And the culture and we call it the samskruti, what you carry, otherwise you're distinct. It is extinct there. You are distinctly doing something which is unique, which belongs to this nation, and which has its own identity as you are from this specific, wonderful country, which has brought tremendous contribution in global, both on the spiritual plane and the technical plane. I mean, people say that everything is in Vedas. But how many of you read Vedas? How many take Sanskrit? See, we always climb a lot. We don't read Sanskrit, but we are proud that Sanskrit is Indian language. Even given a Sanskrit book, people don't want to chant, they want a translation in English. So don't take false pride. Be honest to yourself and say that if I commit, let me execute it. I'll give you a simple story. We always say that it is done by me. There is a set of, we have the rank holders and the class toppers and the achievers. One thing remember in life, nothing by you. It is only through you. There's nothing ever by you. It's only through you. If not you, somebody else will do. Simple example, I had not been there, somebody else will be talking here. There's nothing there. We were given an opportunity to be here and that to happen. As Swamiji said, multiple millions of things were responsible for that to happen. So there's nothing to be too proud that I did that. That the one word I request all the young people to take out of the mind. There's nothing like I. There's nothing like I. That is a pride. That is the ego. Confidence is different, ego is different. The minute I comes, even I've seen most of the presentations, say, I'm a teacher. I've been teaching there for more than 20, 30 years. This is my passion. It's my passion, the teaching. I teach at IIT Madras. You don't start with I did it. You know that you're not done yourself alone, especially the undergraduate student. There are a team of people do. There's nothing wrong saying we did it. I don't want to address anybody, say that it has been done. Don't use the I. That brings the ego. And that is the starting point of the entire thinking. You change entire mindset. You said, I have done it. There is a mother there. A child was growing up. Child went and asked the mother went and asked the child, what is the important part of your body? Then the child started walking. She thought, okay, that's a great thing there. My legs are the most important part, otherwise I cannot walk. Then mother said, fine. After a few years again, mother comes and asks, what is the most important part of your body? That time child started thinking they are doing a lot of creative things with the hand, because child is growing up there. I said, my hands. Then child started seeing things, and each time mother asked, he's giving one part of the body. One fine morning, the boy's uncle passed away. Mother takes him to the place where the entire things happened. The person who departed, his wife, comes and hugs his mother, keeps the head on the shoulder, start crying. Then mother says, this is the most important part of the body. You should have a shoulder to give to others. That's one thing. So nothing yours. Don't be yourself. That selfishness should go from your mind. And you're pretty sure every assignment you have done, some people copied, somebody photocopied, somebody has multiplied. It's known, it's a fact. You're a student. So there's nothing that I have done. We have done. As a whole, class has done brilliant, and you are wonderful. So I really congratulate again. It's a wonderful thing there. And we should you are in a wonderful place today in the name of technology. I remember when we did the research, you see, you want to search a topic, and what do you do first? When you want to start the research on a topic, you want information, what do you do? What do you do? Google it. You go there and type the word, the Google. We didn't know what the hell computer was there. I started my first program in ISRO on a VAX 11x780, which is a mainframe. There is never a PC. We had only dot matrix printers and the line editors. There is no Windows, didn't exist. So how we to do research is, go to the journal, December issue will have the index. Anytime you go and see the textbook, you have all the index in the last pages. You search for the word what you wanted, and what are the papers published in that year, go back to the journal, collect that paper, and put the white paper on that, give it to the photocopying fellow, he gives next day. So this is the way our research started. Then we do the cross-reference. Now what do you do? Just press Google and say that all the references comes, go on typing there, you keep downloading it. I can assure you, 80% of it you don't read. Because it's easy to collect it. You don't know the value of collecting. When I had to photocopy it, we read the abstract at least before printing it. Because you don't print. And most of the time you do the airdrop. Because your friend says, what kya ho gaya uska? Where is that paper? Oh, I'll send it by WhatsApp. So world has become like, we lost leaving the connect to the learning. We are creating information. There's a difference with the convention way of the way we learned it. You learn it as a knowledge. No, you gather the information. My request is, go to the bit of science of it, what you're learning it, than just saying that you know many, many things. It doesn't mean anything, but how much you know perfectly. Probably most of you might have studied the Euler's theory, how to solve because Swamiji mentioned chessboard, suddenly I remembered, I can talk about the chessboard. There are like 8 rows, 8 columns, 64 of them. The most powerful, whatever goes on that is the knight, the horse. And it has a funny way of going and jumping. That's the only thing which can jump over the other weapons or the pawns and everything there. Euler has to write a phenomenal theory so that the knight will not step on the same cell. You go back and see one of the simple Sanskrit sloka, probably I can share with you. The Sanskrit sloka, decode it into the 8 of them, and every 3 letters you take it, you can complete it. So it's the way you perceive it. But question is, who is going to tell that this sloka is meant for? If you read that sloka, it's a normal Sanskrit sloka meant to describe something. So that's why blindly saying that everything there in Vedas, it doesn't make you great. It doesn't make you that, all Indians are great because Vedas are born in India. You don't know. So my first request to you people is, unless you understood, learned about what you're talking, don't climb anything, please. Because that is the one which brings the entire quality of the work what we do. The reason being is, we try to multiply the quantities than the quality. The number of publication, you have the numbers there. That's not the one. Even one of your paper is referred by 200 people. It's good enough. There was an occasion, somebody went to Einstein. Oh, I have 100 ways to prove your theory is wrong. Then he asked, if one way you prove it is wrong, what do you do with the remaining 99 ways? I am wrong. Why do you need 100 ways to prove I am wrong? So it's like that. So you cannot afford to do wrong things. You cannot afford to do the wrong claims when you do. So that's one thing which you need to be absolute integrity and honesty about every aspect of life. So there is going to be, the Murphy's law says, time taken for the project is directly proportional to the time allotted for the project. Could you get that point? You are asked to submit assignment Sunday, you will submit Sunday. Monday means you will relax. Monday morning only it will come. So it exactly happens in life. You need to be successful tomorrow. Okay, relax, let me enjoy life, I finished it, let me go around the world, I'll start my success. Still fine. But be honest to yourself that, how do you define your life? Everybody has gone for MS, you don't go for MS. Your success is defined by you. And how do you define success has nothing to do with anybody else. You are not showing your success to others. You become a CEO of the company, success for the people who are working that company. Other people don't know what is the company name. What does it matter? So unless somebody introduces you to what you are, people don't know you, do you call it as a success? So you be clear about how to define your success. Instead, I suggest you decide 10 years down the lane what you want to be. You want to be a philosopher, you want to be a scientist, you want to be a kind of a motivational speaker or a CEO of the company. It's your choice. But define that first. 10 years down the lane, this is what I want to be. Do the back calculation, start today. The most of the students, what they do is, they do something because they finish graduation, everybody is getting a job, everybody is getting into MS, do that. Whether Google takes or Amazon takes it, what are the means and methods to get inside these companies, or Texas Instruments, or maybe the TI or Intel, or maybe the other companies, L&Ts and other stuff there. That is not the way to approach the life. You should be the master of your life. What you want to be. You want to be a teacher? You need to learn and come back, because you yourself is half-baked knowledge. Don't you think you're going to kill the entire nation imparting that amount of the knowledge? So you want to be a teacher? Do the enough amount of the work there, go there, get your PhDs, study well, then come back for the teaching, if that is a path. No, I just want to get huge money. That you can get marrying a prince of some other country. You don't need much effort for it. So there's nothing a success saying that I want huge money. That doesn't make you, if that is, you think that makes you happy. It's not true. So the happiness is primitive. As I said, child walking is a success when a child is not able to walk. When you have eyes, we don't know what is the value of eyes. Fellow doesn't know who has no eyes. If by chance he gets the eyesight, he thinks they're the most successful. So there's nothing like defining that because of I did this, I'm successful. So be aware of yourself and your surroundings. So we always talk about this cognitive technology, because I come from the communication and micro background. A simple example, you get down at an airport or a bus stand or railway station, you hire a cab or a auto. You are alone. Auto fellow says, some other passenger, sir, you can understand Tamil, right? Or ukkarlama. No. If he's sitting, he has to pay 50%. Because your attitude is, I hired it. I hired from station to railway station to my house. I am paying 200 rupees. Why should I share with it? This is the attitude problem. He is sitting in the front seat. It's not going to hurt you. Is petrol going to spend more? It's only the driver's problem. But the attitude is, because I paid for it, it's mine. That's exactly happens in spectrum. When the spectrum is auctioned, people took the spectrum and they never use it. Today you have 24-hour channels. Otherwise we had FM radio used to come for a few hours, AM radio for a few hours. But spectrum is specifically given to them. Even if you see the base station, the backhaul spectrum is given to them, but it's a point-to-point communication. But still that spectrum, that fellow owns it. So that is a waste. So cognitive technology is that how to share the spectrum when you are not using it, when somebody can use it. If it's specified for ambulance or some other military services, we vacate when it comes. So this is the kind of the concept. So just apply that into your perception. You have to share. None of the resources for you. You are enjoying everything because your predecessors, I don't know how responsible we are there. At least our predecessors are very responsible. We had all the resources today. You are irresponsible. Your children doesn't have resources. None of the resources on this planet will not stay, because the way we are misusing it. We are not using any resource. We are absolutely misusing and never respecting the complete nature itself. We don't do anything. We just do what we like it, and we said we are mighty. So that's one thing. Be aware of your surroundings and the environment, and anything you do, at least take a vote, let it be sustainable. And you may not contribute, at least let us not spoil it. I'm not asking everybody to be an environmental engineer, not required. You don't add value. See, I think there's one of the sayings says, one man's perfection may not change the world, but it can add value. So everyone thinks that, let me not harm my nature around me. That makes a difference. I used to remember a lot of, with the due respect to Swamiji, many Swamijis do peace padayatra. I said, why these people keep walking? I mean, I was young. I was like much younger than you people. Later on, I started understanding the entire path they moved over the months or years, the positive energy they carry, the vibrations, the mood, the mind, it carried over the entire journey. You literally transformed your path along with the people. It's not walking, not that they want to have an exercise. It's a strain on them. But the kind of the vibrations and the positive energy they create when they go on such tours, that is the one. So in the similar way, as an individual, you can always contribute. If you cannot contribute, let us not spoil it. Keep that in mind. So that's one request I do it. The absolute integrity, keep it there. What you do, be absolutely honest. And success, don't get carried away with the laurels. And know that it is only through you. There are many, many people behind you made that happen. It could be your teacher, it could be your friend, it could be one day you should have failed, had your student might have been, friend should have been taught that particular algorithm. And one more thing I want to say is, simply don't go by the typical maths and facts and figures. The experience is much more than anything. There is a simple example. You want to know what is the end of the road. What is the best way to know? If you want to know what is the end of the road, after going to the end of the road, if you take a turn to the right, what is there? How do you get to know? You just walk there and understand it. In life, everything cannot be experienced like that. What is the other way to know? Somebody is coming in the opposite direction, he'll ask, Maisa, what is there on the other side of the road? He can tell. Now the problem lies here. So there's a saying always there in the spirituality, learn from the one who is experienced. But the problem is, choosing that person who is experienced matters. How honest and integrated they have the person to tell you that what exactly there. He just want to fool you around. He said, there's a beautiful lake there. You go and find out there's nothing there. So the things what you choose to do and the books what you read should be the one of that kind of an highest level where you are convinced that it's going to impart knowledge to you. So that's one thing there. And one more thing, we always say that we just believe my science is right. Pythagoras theorem, everybody knows, okay, A square plus B square equals C square is my hypotenuse. There is a philosopher, I know how many of you know, Bertrand Russell. So he was walking there on the fields. Then I asked a kind of a watchman there, how long it takes from here to here? 1 hour. How long it takes from here to here? Another 1 or 2 hours. If you come from A to C, it says only half an hour. I said, that's against maths. This square plus this square should be that square. I said, I don't know all those things. My father was doing it. I am doing it. It takes time. The problem then, Bertrand Russell himself started understanding what went wrong. We always start with the boundary conditions in physics or maths or so-called logic. We have boundary conditions. We ignore efficiently, it should be a straight line. We don't do that. We don't mention there. The A2 should be a straight line, B2 should be a straight line, A to C is a straight line. Then only you can form a C square equal to A square plus B square. We miss that. We believe that hypotenuse is always shorter distance than going to the both sides. So don't have that kind of prejudice because you are an engineer. There's much more than engineering. Life has much more to teach you and take you forward. So life is much more than what you could imagine. And you are going to set an example for the next generation. At an institute, as I mentioned, the first batch of this campus, it be engraved there in the history. I don't call it as a best batch because batch keeps coming there. The first batch makes an impact. The alumni, when you go outside the world anywhere, I have the first batch alumni of that. That, you cannot change that. The time is the one which you cannot change. So that's one, keep in mind. You are more responsible for all the fellow students which are going to graduate from there. You help hand because you graduated before them. Wherever you go there, ensure that this is the place you have grown. There's a difference there in saying that the voice are produced by the tongue, but tongue doesn't travel with the words. But still, voice have the roots back from the tongue. Is exactly this is the nest. Birds will fly out of the nest to get the food, but the nest they leave behind. So this is the campus we are leaving behind, but ensure that it flourishes, grows, and multiplies, and produce wonderful students behind you. So once again, thanks for giving me the opportunity. It was wonderful to be with you. It's a pleasure. It's the memory. I am part of the journey, what all you people are making at the first convocation of Chennai campus. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was a thought-provoking address by Dr. Hanumanta Rao, who shared with us valuable insights into the importance of cherishing our own culture, nurturing humility, selflessness, and rational inquiry. Thank you very much, sir. In the spirit of learning and inspiration, let's continue our program with excitement and anticipation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a distinct privilege to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Professor B.S. Murthy, Director of the Indian Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. His journey in academia is awe-inspiring. As a student, he excelled in B.Tech in Metallurgical Engineering at Visvesvaraya National Institute of Technology, Nagpur in 1986. He holds master's and PhD degrees from the prestigious Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru. Professor B.S. Murthy's research contributions are outstanding, spanning high entropy alloys, non-crystalline materials, and much more, with over 400 publications and 4 books to his credit. He has supervised 39 PhD students, managed 55 research projects, and holds 20 patents. Professor B.S. Murthy has now put his heart and soul into taking IIT Hyderabad in the league of world's elite universities. Beyond his achievements, Professor B.S. Murthy is celebrated for his engaging approach to education and research, inspiring countless students and researchers. We eagerly await his insights and wisdom. But before that, let's express our gratitude to our distinguished chief guest, Professor B.S. Murthy. I request Sampuja Swamiji to felicitate him. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, friends. I'm very conscious that I'm standing between you and your degrees. 35 minutes extended. First of all, thanks to Amma, thanks to Swamiji, and thanks to the whole university organization for bringing me here. As he was reading the biodata, reminded me a statement which a great gentleman once upon a time made. It was Newton. When somebody asked him, how is that you are able to do many, many things? He said, I am standing on the shoulders of the giants who have come before me. And that's why I'm able to see far off. That's exactly, I think, all of us do, including this pioneering batch, which is definitely going to do, that we all add a small delta X in our lives. 2, as Hanumantarao Garu talked about value addition, a small value addition. And then be happy that you have been able to get an opportunity for doing that value addition. And a lot of circumstances provide you that kind of an opportunity, starting from the teachers who teach you. And particularly, I'm very happy to address the first batch. In IIT system, we call this as a pioneering batch. Okay, you are the ambassadors of this institution. Wherever you go, you will be known as a pioneering batch, and obviously there is a lot of responsibility on your shoulders to ensure that the flag of this institution is flying very high. So that's something I think all of you should remember as you pass out and receive your degrees today, that in the years to come, you are going to be a role model for the rest of the batches. It's always important, friends, to have a clarity of what you want to be. I do not know whether you have already thought about it. You are all close to 20, 21 years old. And if you start thinking 25 years down the line, when I'm going to be 45, do I know what I want to be? Quite a number of our previous speakers also mentioned about this. This is very important. At your age, when I was just coming out of REC Nagpur, that was not called NIT those days, it was called REC. I didn't attend even one campus interview because I was very clear. I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be a researcher. I was a topper of the university. Those days, very few companies used to come. And I wrote it in letter and gave it that I am not interested in campus placement, so that the next second, third, fourth toppers can get an opportunity to get that job, because those people used to come with very few jobs and take only the few toppers and then go. So that was very clear in my mind. I asked my teacher, sir, how can you become a great teacher like you? I had fortune of getting great teachers. I'm sure you also had the fortune of having great teachers in your institution who possibly must have inspired. If I am standing today in front of you as a teacher for the last 30 years or so, it was thanks to great teachers I have met. Both at my diploma, I started my life with a polytechnic, and I was made interested in something called metallurgy. I don't think you have that branch at this place. And quite a number of people who finished 17 years of +2 and then start thinking of what branch they join, they do not even think that there is a branch like that exists. Okay? So that's a man who actually made me that is so exciting. To the extent I always say to people that there are only two things in this world. One is spiritual, anything other than spiritual is material. So that's the importance of materials. Okay, I belong to that group. And he belongs to that spiritual group. And there's a lot to learn from both. So that's where I started. I asked my teacher, he said, there's no place better than Indian Institute of Science. You should do a PhD, Murthy. That will make your knowledge wider so that you can be able to offer something to the students. And that's how I started. And the reason why I'm saying that this is very important to have a clarity is when there is a clarity, you start getting the path towards that goal. Okay? This is very important, like many of you must have played football or even seen football game. If there is no goal post in a football game, court, okay, or a play, the football field, you don't know where to hit the ball. So it's very important that that goal post is very important. And if you can develop that goal post, if you can identify that goal post for yourself as early as you can, then you will know how to hit the ball, in which direction to hit the ball. So the moment I decided to be a teacher, I started asking this question, how can I become a good teacher? What kind of knowledge that I should acquire? And where should I acquire that knowledge? to become one of the best teachers in my own field. And somebody told me, IISc Bangalore is the best. And those days, unless you do a master's, you can't do a PhD. Unlike nowadays, you can straight away, if you have 8 CGPA, IIT Hyderabad will be opening its doors to have you as a PhD student, provided you are interested in PhD. And most of the IITs have this scheme, what we call it as direct PhD now, which was not there 30 years back when I was a student. And so there was an exam called GATE, and unless you get 99 percentile in GATE, IISc doors do not get open for you. So I came to know that, worked again very hard, and got that 99 percentile and entered into IISc. Not to just boast, I just want to tell you the need to prepare yourself towards the goal for yourself. Nothing comes just like that. Think of Sachin Tendulkar, and think of anybody else who has become great in their own fields. Everybody had a passion towards what they wanted to do. And at the same time, they all have one more common feature, is that they all work very hard. As people say, a genius is 99% perspiration. That perspiration is very, very essential. So this is something I request all of you to keep that very clear. And having got this, what I would call it as a precious life of something called human being, there's a purpose for this life. I hope all of you start dwelling a little deep into what is this purpose of this life, and ensuring that that purpose is fulfilled through you. As Swamiji or possibly Hanumantrao Garu, one of them mentioned a few minutes back, it's everything happens when somebody, a very famous book I read, a book called Prophet. How many of you have read this book called Prophet? So I think you should read a little bit more beyond engineering, I think. There are a lot of books, wonderful books. In the Prophet, he talks to a parent that your children have not come, you have not created them. They have come through you. Okay? The word through, he used a few minutes back. So it's a fascinating thing. So you are chosen for that task. And be happy that you have been chosen for the task of becoming a human being. And there is a lot for you to do. And in the process, always remember there are quite a number of less endowed people all around you. And what do you do for their upliftment, for their growth is also very important when you grow. I always tell this to my students and my faculty members. When you grow, everybody around you should grow. Otherwise, it's not a growth at all. Cancer is not a growth that we all want. Right? Cancer is also a growth. It's a growth of a cell at the expense of the rest of the cells. Okay? And so ensure that integral growth is something that you aspire for. That your life, you will be able to do something to people around. At IIT Hyderabad, for example, we have adopted about 5 villages nearby, and we teach them, we do a lot of things in those villages. I used to ask my students, can you spare 1 hour in a week just to teach those kids, 10th standard kid, biology or maths or physics or chemistry? And if you can at least spare 1 hour in a week, obviously 1 hour in a week is not a big thing. And you can really bring a transformation in people. And those people will remember you forever. That I have got an aspiration to grow. Please remember this aspiration is very important. Very recently there is a book released by one of a very famous guy by name Chowdhury. Suddenly forgetting. Okay, so he is one of those guys who started HCL. not getting the name. And this gentleman wrote this book called Just Aspire. Have you ever heard of that book called Just Aspire? No. He was releasing that book, and I was there in that releasing ceremony at Hyderabad. And he was telling that A is much greater than R. Okay? And can somebody guess what is this R and A? Doesn't cost you anything to guess. Yes, somebody louder. A for aspiration, very easy to understand because I am talking about that. What about R? Result. Okay, something closer to that. Okay, but not exactly that. He is talking about resources. Most of us say, I want to do this, I am not able to do this because the resources are not available. He says if your aspirations are strong like a mountain Everest, resources will come in your way. So what is important is to have a very strong aspiration. As our ancestors used to say, when there is a will, there is a way, is what they used to say. That will is very important. Develop that will. And in the process, believe in yourself. It's very important, friends. Most of the time, we feel that we cannot do this. We cannot do that. There is a Greek saying, you are what you think you are. If you think you are small, you will remain to be small forever. If you think, as I always say this, every one of us is divine. And divine is something exceptional. So all of us are exceptional. So if you start thinking, yes, I am one of those creations, which is an excellent creation, then there is a probability that if you start working towards that. As people say, every seed has a huge tree inside it. You may not see that tree inside that seed when the seed is in the form of the seed. But if you put it properly in a proper soil and nurture it properly, this will definitely become that huge tree. So there is a huge talent and aspiration in all of you. And nurture that, and I'm sure one day you would not only make India Atmanirbhar, but also a global leader. It's very, very important that as some of my friends just mentioned, that India has this demographic advantage. Just last week I was in Japan, and Japan is an aging country, you all know. The average age is very high there. But while we talk about technology in that place, something that immediately struck me is when I traveled in the taxi fellow does not accept a credit card. Taxi fellow wants cash. Okay? I had a dinner in a restaurant. Again, the restaurant fellow only wants cash. India, we have stopped carrying our wallets. I just carry that piece called mobile. On a roadside chai wala, I pay through that mobile. Right? This is the greatness of India. Okay, the digital revolution. And in many, many aspects. Somebody talked about our heritage. IIT Hyderabad, we started a department of heritage science and technology, for your information. Possibly the first engineering college in India to have possibly started. At least among IITs and NITs, I am very clear that we were the first. And we offer an MTech in heritage science and technology at IIT Hyderabad. We teach 5 Sanskrit courses at IIT Hyderabad. My intention was by the time the student finishes the 5th course, his grammar should be so strong that he should be able to open a scripture and understand the science behind it. And there's so much that for us to learn. In fact, I used to work with a Sanskrit scholar some time back, where he used to say, if you understand a particular sloka properly, you can make materials out of it. We used to actually make nanoparticles based on certain slokas. And we have published also together on that. So there is so much that India can offer to us, and all of you have that spirit within you, provided you can have a belief in yourself and develop that attitude, as Hanumantrao Garu pointed out. I think our Swamiji pointed out, the attitude is the most important, the right attitude, saying that I am here to ensure that this country, most of us, to be honest with you, when you go abroad, first question that they ask you is, what do you know about India? How many of you know a little bit about India? Somebody sitting here, can you talk for 5 minutes about India, the greatness of India? If we don't do that, as my earlier speaker mentioned, while we have a great young talent, that young talent, if they don't have any nationalistic feeling, they is of no use to the country. So please ensure that you be proud of this particular country from where you have come from. And if this country has to become better, it is only you who can make it better. Nobody who comes from America will make this better. So that's another point that I think you should remember this. And at the same time, there is a lot of learning that you have to do continuously in order to grow to whatever stage that you want to. As people nowadays talk about upskilling, reskilling, and so on and so forth. This is very important. So your knowledge should not stop with this degree, and it should grow further. At IIT Hyderabad, we started recently a new program. We call it as Open to All Teaching, OAT. We say that if there is somebody who wants to learn in some corner of the world, there should be a teacher who is willing to teach. So we have converted all our classrooms into hybrid classrooms, and we started saying that we are open to anybody. So the course that I teach, for example, anybody from anywhere in the world can register. We just put on our website, this is the course content, this is the gentleman who is teaching the course, and this is the timetable. As long as the timetable suits, somebody sitting in any part of the world can register. And we go to the extent to say that it need not be a student, it can be even a professor from a college, it can be a working professional, it can even be a homemaker. As long as the person has a confidence that they can pass my exam, anybody is welcome. So this kind of avenues are available for you now. Please look for such avenues and ensure that your knowledge continuously keeps growing so that you prepare yourself towards that particular goal which you have set for yourself. This is something which is very essential. And at the same time, be innovative in all your doings. India needs technology development. For example, Indian government has given a mandate to DRDO, Defense Research and Development Establishment Organization, saying that by 2030 your imports have to come down by 50%. So there is a lot that we need to develop in India. And a lot of youngsters are now moving in the direction of developing technologies. At IIT Hyderabad, for example, I can just tell you, in the last 4 or 5 years, we have more than 150 startups which have created more than 1,200 crores of revenue and more than 1,000 jobs. So I would like to see a generation coming up which does not seek jobs anymore but wants to create jobs. And I'm sure many of you sitting have that capability and ability to do that. At IIT Hyderabad, every year, twice we call for proposals to our students, and we call them as build projects, bold and unique ideas leading to development, we say. Anybody has a good idea, we give 1 lakh rupee to start with. And we even tell them that if you think that your courses are disturbing you, I give you a semester break with 6 credits, so that you are not disturbed by your courses. Just focus on that dream project of yours and ensure that a product comes out of it. And this is something which is helping a lot of students to work on that kind of a direction, to the extent that a first semester BTech student at IIT Hyderabad can take a semester break. You just join, put up a proposal, and if your proposal is selected, if you think that I would do all these courses a little later, I have 7 more semesters in my hand. Last 2 years, I had a lot of good ideas, but unfortunately, these coaching centers have spoiled me to an extent that I could not implement any of those ideas. And this is something that we are trying to implement. And I'm sure this kind of possibilities exist in numerous places, and I request all of you to think in that direction, not just thinking of seeking jobs, but create opportunities for others to be. In fact, a second year BTech student comes to me and says, "Sir, yesterday I paid salary to 5 of my employees." Second year BTech student. Okay, so such people are available. I'm sure there are quite a number of you who are also have that kind of capability. Ensure that only needs a little more believe in yourself. That's why I used this word some time back. Believe in yourself, you are great. Okay? And I'm sure you can demonstrate that you are great as the years go by, and one day you will be standing here and addressing the future batch and whatever you have learned through your life until then. And I'm sure you will, each one of you will be a role model for the next generation of students to come. With that, thank you very much. All the best.
As Professor Murthy rightly said, aspiration and belief in oneself can make all the difference in one's goals. Thank you, sir, for your inspiring address. Having absorbed the wisdom and knowledge imparted by our distinguished chief guest, Professor B.S. Murthy, we are now ready to embark on the culmination of this memorable occasion. May I request our principal, Dr. V. Jayakumar, to present the graduates to Sampuja Swamiji for the award of degrees. And I request Sampuja Swamiji to confer the degrees. I request all the graduates to remain standing for the conferring of degrees. I repeat, all the graduates, please stand up for the conferring of degrees. Thank you.
Namaskar. Sambuja Swamiji, I have the honor to present unto you 176 candidates, including those in absentia, for the award of the degree of BTech, who have been certified after examinations to be duly qualified to receive the degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Management, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, I admit you all, including those in absentia, to the respective degrees of BTech in the respective areas and charge you to be worthy of the same.
Please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, let's come together in a resounding round of applause to celebrate the incredible achievements of our graduates. Congratulations to each one of you for your outstanding academic accomplishments. Now let's move to the next phase of our ceremony, oath-taking. Oath-taking is a venerable tradition in the Convocation Ceremony, symbolizing a solemn commitment to the principles of knowledge, integrity, and service. It serves as a reminder of the responsibilities that come with the privilege of education. Today, as we gather to celebrate the achievements of our graduates, we also pause to acknowledge the significance of this moment, where you pledge to uphold the values and ethics that define the spirit of Amrita. With this in mind, I humbly request Sanpujya Swamiji to now administer the oath. Students, please repeat the oath after Swamiji, not just as words, but as a sincere promise to pursue a journey of lifelong learning and contribution to society. You may place your right hand across your heart while taking the oath. I request all the graduates to remain standing for the oath-taking ceremony.
Are you ready? Please place your hands on the right side of your... Okay. I hereby solemnly declare and promise that I will, in my thoughts, words and deeds, uphold the ideals of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, and I commit myself to serve my motherland India, the entire mankind and nature with love, trust, tolerance, and humility. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji. Graduates, you are blessed to receive Amma's blessings on this memorable day of your lives. Let's now intently listen to our Chancellor's message.
പ്രേമസ്വരൂപികളും ആത്മസ്വരൂപികളായിരിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാവർക്കും നമസ്കാരം. പ്രകൃതിയുടെ സന്തുലിതാവസ്ഥയ്ക്ക് കോട്ടം സംഭവിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ഈ കാലഘട്ടത്തിൽ ലോകത്തിൻ്റെ പ്രതീക്ഷ നിങ്ങളിൽ അത്ഭുതമായിരിക്കുന്നു. വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളായ നിങ്ങളുടെ സ്നേഹം, കാരുണ്യം, സാമൂഹിക പ്രതിബദ്ധത എന്നിവയുടെ സംഘമാണ് ഈ ലോകത്തെ ശാന്തിയിലേക്ക് നയിക്കാൻ സഹായിക്കേണ്ടത്. ജീവിതത്തിൽ ഏകദേശം 20 വർഷത്തിൽ കൂടുതൽ വിജ്ഞാനത്തിനായി സരസ്വതി ദേവിയെ ഉപാസിച്ചവരാണ് നിങ്ങളിൽ പലരും. പഠിച്ചത് പ്രവൃത്തിപഥത്തിൽ കൊണ്ടുവരാനുള്ള അവസരമാണ് ഇനി. ആ അമൂല്യമായ അവസരം മക്കൾ കാണാതെ പോകരുത്. സ്വന്തം ആവശ്യങ്ങളെക്കുറിച്ച് മാത്രം ചിന്തിക്കാതെ ലോക നന്മയ്ക്കായി നമുക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയും എന്നുകൂടി ചിന്തിക്കേണ്ടിയിരിക്കുന്നു. മക്കളുടെ ജീവിതം ലോകത്തിന് വേണ്ടി കൂടിയാകണം. സ്നേഹമായ എണ്ണയിൽ മുക്കി കാരുണ്യത്തിൽ തിരി ജ്വലിപ്പിക്കണം. പ്രകൃതിയുടെ താളലയം സംരക്ഷിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടതെന്താണെന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കി അത് പ്രാവർത്തികമാക്കണം. ഇപ്പോൾ എല്ലാത്തിനെയും നിയന്ത്രിക്കുന്ന ഈശ്വര ശക്തിയിൽ വിശ്വാസം അർപ്പിച്ച് മുന്നോട്ട് നീങ്ങുകയും വേണം. അത് നമുക്ക് അടിസ്ഥാനമായിട്ട് വേണ്ടത് ക്ഷമയാണ്. ഒരു പുഷ്പം നൊട്ടായിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ അത് വലിച്ചു പെടുത്താൻ ശ്രമിച്ചാൽ അതിൻ്റെ പരിമണ ഭംഗി അറിയില്ല, സുഖമായി വിടർന്നാലേ ഉണ്ടാവുള്ളൂ. അതുപോലെ നമുക്ക് അടിസ്ഥാനമായിട്ട് വേണ്ടത് ക്ഷമയാണ്. എന്തിന്? ക്ഷമയാണ് ജീവിതത്തിൻ്റെ അടിസ്ഥാനം. ഇത് പറയുമ്പം ഒരു നമുക്കഥ ഓർക്കുകയാണ്. ഒരു കടയിൽ ജോലിക്ക് നിർത്തിയിരിക്കുന്ന പയ്യൻ, അവന് സാധനങ്ങൾ എടുത്തു കൊടുക്കും, ഇടയ്ക്കിടയ്ക്ക് ഉറക്കം നോക്കിക്കൊണ്ട് നിൽക്കും. കട ഉടമസ്ഥൻ്റെ മൂത്ത മോന് മാനേജ്മെൻ്റ് പഠിത്തം കഴിഞ്ഞ് തിരിച്ച് വന്നപ്പോൾ ഈ കടയിൽ നിൽക്കുന്ന പയ്യൻ ഇങ്ങനെ ഇടയ്ക്കിടയ്ക്ക് ഉറക്കം തോന്നുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ അച്ഛൻ കൊണ്ട് ദേഷിച്ചു, അച്ഛാ, ഒരു കടയിൽ ബിസിനസ് നിൽക്കുന്ന പയ്യൻ ഇങ്ങനെ ആയിരിക്കണോ? ഇങ്ങനെ ഉറക്കം തോന്നുന്ന പയ്യനാണ് നിർത്തേണ്ടത്. അവന് ജോലിയൊന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു വിട്ടേക്കൂ, നാളെ തന്നെ അവന് ജോലിയൊന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു വിടണം. അച്ഛൻ പറഞ്ഞു, മോനെ, ഒരു പാവപ്പെട്ട വീട്ടിലെ പയ്യനാണ്, അവൻ അച്ഛനില്ല, ഇവൻ്റെ ജോലിയുടെ പണം കൊണ്ടാണ് കുടുംബം കഴിയുന്നത്. അതുമാത്രമല്ല, ഇവൻ 2 മാസം ശമ്പളം ഞാൻ നേരത്തെ കൊടുത്തും പോയി. അല്ല, അച്ഛൻ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും ഇങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞു വേണം. അതിനൊരു വഴിയുണ്ട് മോനെ. അതെന്താ വെച്ചാൽ ഈ അടുത്ത് ഒരു ബന്നിന് ഇറങ്ങിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. പറയുന്നത് ഡിപ്രഷനുള്ളവർക്കും ഉറക്കം കിട്ടാത്തവർക്കും അത് ധരിച്ചാൽ നല്ല ഉറക്കം കിട്ടും, നല്ല ശാന്തിയും അനുഭവിക്കാൻ സാധിക്കുമെന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്, കേൾക്കുന്നത്. ആ ബന്നിൻ നാളെ ഇവിടെ എത്തും. അപ്പം 2 ദിവസം കഴിഞ്ഞവ പറഞ്ഞു വേണ്ട എന്നുള്ള തീരുമാനം എടുക്കുക. 2 ദിവസം കഴിഞ്ഞ് അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ മോൻ കടയിലോട്ട് വരുമ്പോൾ കടയുടെ മുമ്പിൽ ഈ ഇറങ്ങിയ ബനിയൻ ധരിച്ച് ഈ ഉറക്കം തൂങ്ങുന്ന പയ്യനെ അവിടെ വെച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ മുകളിലൊരു ബോർഡുണ്ട്. ഡിപ്രഷനുള്ളവരും ഉറക്കം കിട്ടാത്തവർക്കും ഈ ബനിയൻ ധരിച്ചാൽ ഉറക്കം കിട്ടുന്നതായിരിക്കും, റിലാക്സ് ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കുന്നതായിരിക്കും അന്ന് ബോർഡ് എഴുതി. പക്ഷെ താഴെ ഈ ബനിയൻ ധരിച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന പയ്യനുണ്ട്, തൂങ്ങിക്കൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ മൂത്തമ്മ വരുമ്പോൾ കാണുന്ന രംഗം ബോർഡ് ഇതാണ്. എന്നിട്ട് നേരെ അകത്തോട്ട് കയറുന്നപ്പോൾ കട നിറച്ച് തിടിച്ച് നിൽക്കുന്ന ആൾക്കാർ ഈ ബന്യം വാങ്ങിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി വന്ന ദിവസം തന്നെ ബന്യം വിറ്റ് തരികയും ചെയ്തു. അദ്ദേഹം വളരെ ക്ഷമയുള്ള മനുഷ്യനാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ആ വിവേകം ഉണ്ടായി. അതുകൊണ്ട് ആ പയ്യനിലെ കുറവുകളെ അദ്ദേഹം കഴിവുകളാക്കി മാറ്റി. അതുപോലെ വിവേകത്തോടുകൂടിയും ക്ഷമയോടുകൂടിയും നീങ്ങിയാൽ നമുക്ക് ഏത് കുറവുകളെയും കഴിവുകളാക്കി മാറ്റാൻ പറ്റും. അനുഭവമാണ് ഗുരു. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ അനുഭവജ്ഞാനമാണ് പോരായ്മകളെയും നല്ല രീതിയിൽ ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞത്. മക്കളിപ്പോൾ ഇനി ഇവിടുന്ന് ജോലിക്ക് വേണ്ടി ഇറങ്ങുന്നതായിരിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ ആ ക്ഷമയും ശ്രദ്ധയും ഓരോ കർമ്മത്തിലും ഒക്കെ കൊണ്ടാകട്ടെ. നമ്മുടെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ പലവിധത്തിലുള്ള സാഹചര്യങ്ങളുണ്ടാകാറുണ്ട്. ചിലപ്പോൾ എങ്ങനെ പ്രവർത്തിക്കണമെന്ന് തീരുമാനിക്കാൻ നമുക്ക് സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം ഉണ്ടാകും. മറ്റു ചിലപ്പോൾ ആ സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം നമുക്ക് ഉണ്ടാവില്ല. എല്ലാം അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് സ്വീകരിക്കാനേ പറ്റൂ. പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കാനുള്ള സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം നമുക്കുള്ളപ്പോൾ എല്ലാം ഈശ്വരൻ്റെ ഇച്ഛയാണെന്ന് ചിന്തിച്ച് വെറുതെ ഇരിക്കേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. അത്തരം സന്ദർഭങ്ങളിൽ വിവേകം ഉപയോഗിച്ച് ശരിയായ കർമ്മം ചെയ്യാൻ നമുക്ക് കഴിയണം. പക്ഷേ തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കാനുള്ള സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം ഇല്ലാത്ത അവസരങ്ങളിൽ എല്ലാം ഈശ്വര ഇച്ഛയായി സ്വീകരിക്കാൻ നമ്മൾ ശ്രമിക്കണം. ഉദാഹരണത്തിന്, നമ്മൾ ആടിപ്പൊക്കം വയ്ക്കാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇന്ന് നമ്മുടെ സെല്ലുകളിൽ, അതായത് ജീൻസിൽ 5 അടി കൂടുതൽ നീളം വയ്ക്കാനുള്ള ഘടനയില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ എത്ര ശ്രമിച്ചാലും 1 ഇഞ്ച് പോലും നീളം വയ്ക്കാൻ നമുക്ക് കഴിയില്ല. കാൽ രണ്ടും കെട്ടിത്തൂക്കി ഞാൻ കിടന്നാലും തലയും കുത്തി നിന്നാലും എത്ര ഭക്ഷണം കഴിച്ചാലും എത്ര മരുന്ന് കഴിച്ചാലും നമ്മൾ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്ന പോലെ നീളം വയ്ക്കില്ല. ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള ആവശ്യമില്ലാത്ത പ്രവൃത്തികൾ നമ്മുടെ ശക്തിയും സമയം കളയുന്ന മാത്രമല്ല, കൂടുതൽ പ്രയാസങ്ങൾ സൃഷ്ടിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യും. ചിലത് നമ്മൾ പ്രയത്നിച്ച് മാറ്റിയെടുക്കാൻ സാധിക്കും. ഉദാഹരണം, നമ്മൾ പരീക്ഷയിൽ തോറ്റാൽ ഇത് വിധിയായിരിക്കും, നിശ്ചയെന്ന് കൊണ്ട് ഇരിക്കേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ലല്ലോ. നമ്മൾ വീണ്ടും ഒന്നുകൂടി പഠിച്ച് പരീക്ഷ എഴുതാൻ ശ്രമിക്കണം. ചിലപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഇന്നൊരു ജോലി കിട്ടിയില്ല, വിധിയാൻ പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കാൻ പാടില്ല. വീണ്ടും മുന്നോട്ട് പോകുന്ന പോലെ നമ്മൾ ശ്രമിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കണം. ജീവിതത്തിൽ ചില കാര്യങ്ങൾ നമ്മൾ സ്വീകരിക്കേണ്ടതുണ്ട്, ചില പ്രയത്നത്തിലൂടെ മാറ്റേണ്ടതുണ്ട്. ഉദാഹരണത്തിന്, ഒരു മഹാപ്രളയം കേരളത്തെ ഒന്നാകെ മുക്കിയപ്പോൾ മക്കൾ ഊണും ഉറക്കവും ഉപേക്ഷിച്ച് പ്രളയത്തിൽപ്പെട്ട നിസ്സഹായരെ രക്ഷിക്കാൻ ഒന്നിച്ച് പ്രവർത്തിച്ച് ഹെൽപ്പ് ലൈൻ സ്ഥാപിച്ച് മക്കൾ അനവധി പേരെ ദുരിതക്കടലിൽ നിന്ന് രക്ഷപ്പെടാൻ സഹായിച്ചു. ആ കൂട്ടായ്മയുടെ പിറകിൽ പ്രവർത്തിച്ച വികാരം എന്തായിരുന്നു? മക്കൾ ഉള്ളിൽ നിറഞ്ഞ സ്നേഹവും കാരുണ്യവുമല്ലേ? സഹജീവികളോട് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് തോന്നിയ സ്നേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ശക്തിയാണ് ആ കർമ്മം. അങ്ങേയറ്റം ഭംഗിയാക്കാനും മറ്റുള്ളവർക്ക് പ്രചോദനമാകാനും നിങ്ങളെ സഹായിച്ചത്. ആ സമയത്ത് ഞാനെന്നും അവരെന്നുമുള്ള ചിന്തയില്ലായിരുന്നു. നമ്മൾ എന്ന സ്നേഹത്തിൻ്റെ, അതിൽ നിന്നുണ്ടായ ഐക്യബോധത്തിൻ്റെ ശക്തിയാണ് നിങ്ങളെ നയിച്ചത്. മക്കൾ ചെയ്തതുപോലെ തന്നെ വേറെ പല രീതിയിൽ, എല്ലാവരും കൂടെ പല രീതിയിലുള്ള ആ പ്രയത്നം കൊണ്ടാണ് അത്രയും പേരെ രക്ഷിക്കാനും, പിന്നെ ജനങ്ങളുടെ എല്ലാവരുടെയും കാരുണ്യം കൊണ്ടാണ് അന്നവും വസ്ത്രവും ഒരേപോലെ എത്തിപ്പെട്ടതും. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് എപ്പോഴും എല്ലാവരുടെയും ഉള്ളിലുണ്ട്. ശ്രമിച്ചാൽ നമുക്ക് ഈ ഭൂമി തന്നെ സ്വർഗമാക്കി മാറ്റാൻ കഴിയും. ആത്മീയ ശക്തി എപ്പോഴും ജ്വലിപ്പിച്ച് നിർത്താൻ കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ പിന്നെ ജീവിതം ഒരു നദീപ്രഭാവം പോലെ സുന്ദരമാകും. ആ തടസ്സങ്ങളില്ലാതെ മുന്നോട്ടൊഴുകിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കും. തടസ്സങ്ങളൊന്നും ഉണ്ടാകില്ല എന്നല്ല, തടസ്സങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങളെ തടുത്തു നിർത്തില്ല, ഒന്നിനൊന്നും പിന്തിരിപ്പിക്കില്ല. നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും മനുഷ്യരെന്ന് പറയും. എന്നാൽ ഒരു പുഴുവിനേക്കാളും കഷ്ടത്തിലാണ് നമ്മൾ ജനിച്ച് മരിക്കുന്നത് സമൂഹത്തിന്. പുഴു ഇണചേരുന്ന് ഭക്ഷണം കഴിഞ്ഞ് കുട്ടികളെ സൃഷ്ടിക്കുന്നു. മനുഷ്യൻ ഇണചേരുന്ന് കുട്ടികളെ സൃഷ്ടിക്കുന്നു, ഭക്ഷണം കഴിക്കുന്നു, മരിക്കുന്നു. പക്ഷെ പുഴു പ്രകൃതി നശിപ്പിക്കുന്നില്ല. പക്ഷെ മനുഷ്യൻ പ്രകൃതി നശിപ്പിച്ചും എടുത്തും കൊണ്ട് പോകുന്നു. മനുഷ്യനും കിട്ടിയിട്ടും ബുദ്ധിയെ പ്രവർത്തനക്ഷമമാക്കുന്ന ആ ശക്തിയുടെ ഉറവിടം നാം അന്വേഷിക്കേണ്ടിയിരിക്കുന്നു. ആ ശക്തി നമ്മൾ കുടികൊള്ളുന്നു. അത് നമ്മുടെ അസ്തിത്വത്തിൻ്റെ അഗാധ തലമാണ്. നമ്മുടെ അസ്തിത്വത്തെ നമുക്ക് നിഷേധിക്കാനാവില്ല. ലോകത്തിൻ്റെ അസ്തിത്വം പ്രകൃതിയിലെ ഓരോ വസ്തുവിൻ്റെയും അസ്തിത്വം നിഷേധിക്കാനാവുന്നതല്ല. ഞാനുണ്ട് എന്ന സത്യം സ്വയം പ്രകാശകമാണ്. ഈശ്വരൻ വെറും വിശ്വാസമാണെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് തള്ളിക്കളയാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞേക്കാം. പക്ഷേ അസ്തിത്വം നിഷേധിക്കാനാവുന്നതല്ല. ആ അസ്തിത്വം, ആ പ്രപഞ്ചശക്തി, അതാണ് ഈശ്വരൻ. അമ്മ ഇത് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഒരു സംഭവം ഓർക്കുകയാണ്. ഒരിക്കലൊരു ഗ്രാമത്തിൽ ഒരു പ്രതിമ വെച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ആ പ്രതിമ 2 കൈയും പൊക്കി പിടിച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന പ്രതിമയായിരുന്നു. കഴുത്തിൽ ഒരു തകടിൽ എഴുതിയിരുന്നു, എൻ്റെ കൈകളിലേക്ക് വരുമെന്നാണ് ആ പ്രതിമയുടെ കഴുത്തിൽ കിടന്ന തകടിൽ എഴുതിയിരുന്നത്. ഒരു യുദ്ധസമയത്ത് ബോംബ് വീണ് കൈ 2 നഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടു. അപ്പോൾ ഈ പ്രതിമ എല്ലാവർക്കും വളരെ ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട, ഗ്രാമവാസിയൊക്കെ പ്രതിമ വളരെ ഇഷ്ടമാണ്. അപ്പോൾ കുറച്ച് പേരുടെ ഇവിടെ കൂടി ഈ പ്രതിമ എടുത്ത് മാറ്റിയിട്ട് വേറെ പുതിയൊരെണ്ണം വയ്ക്കാം എന്ന് കുറച്ച് പേർ അഭിപ്രായപ്പെട്ടു. അപ്പോൾ അതിൽ കുറച്ച് പേർ അഭിപ്രായപ്പെട്ടു, ഈ പ്രതിമ മാറ്റണ്ട, ആ വേറെ 2 കൈകൾ വെച്ച് പിടിപ്പിച്ചാൽ മതിയെന്ന്. അപ്പം അതിനൊരു വൃദ്ധൻ ചാടിയിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞ്, ഈ പ്രതിമ മാറ്റുകയും വേണ്ട, കൈകൾ വെച്ച് പിടിക്കുകയും വേണ്ട, ഇങ്ങനെ ഇരിക്കട്ടെ എന്ന് വൃദ്ധനായ അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞു. അപ്പോൾ വേറൊരാൾ പറഞ്ഞു, അങ്ങനെയാണെങ്കിൽ കഴുത്തിന് കിടക്കുന്ന തകടിൽ എൻ്റെ കൈകളിലേക്ക് വരുമെന്ന് എഴുതിയിട്ടുണ്ടല്ലോ, അപ്പം കൈകളില്ലാതെ ഈ തകടി കിടക്കുന്ന വാക്കങ്ങനെ ശരിയാവും എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. അപ്പോൾ ആ വൃദ്ധനായ അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞു, നിങ്ങളൊരു കാര്യം ചെയ്യണം, എൻ്റെ കൈകളിലേക്ക് വരുമെന്ന് എഴുതിയിരിക്കുന്ന താഴെ എൻ്റെ കൈ നിങ്ങളിലൂടെ എന്ന് എഴുതി ചേർക്കാം, അതിൻ്റെ താഴെ എഴുതി ചേർക്കാൻ പറഞ്ഞു. ഈശ്വരൻ്റെ കൈ നമ്മളിലൂടെയാണ്. ഈശ്വരന് പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് കണ്ണും കൈയും കാലും ശരീരവുമില്ല. ആ ഈശ്വരൻ നമ്മുടെ കൈകളിലൂടെ ചലിക്കുന്നു, നമ്മുടെ കാലുകളിലൂടെ നടക്കുന്നു, നമ്മുടെ കണ്ണുകളിലൂടെ കാണുന്നു. അദ്ദേഹം നമ്മുടെ ഓരോരുത്തരുടെയും ഹൃദയത്തിലൂടെ സ്പന്ദിക്കുന്നു. അത് മനസ്സിലാക്കി നമ്മൾ പരസ്പരം സ്നേഹിക്കുകയും സേവിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യണം. ആധ്യാത്മിക ജ്ഞാനം നമ്മുടെ കണ്ണുകളാകണം, സയൻസ് നമ്മുടെ കൈകളാകണം. നാം നേടിയ ജ്ഞാനം ലോകത്തിന് ഉപകാരപ്പെടുന്ന രീതിയിലാവണം നമ്മുടെ ജീവിതം. അത് നമ്മുടെ ഹൃദയത്തിൽ കാരുണ്യം നിറയണം. നമ്മുടെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ 3 ഘടകങ്ങളുടെ ആവശ്യമെന്ന് പറയും: കാലം, പ്രയത്നം, ഈശ്വരകൃപ. ഏത് കർമ്മവും മധുരമാക്കണമെങ്കിൽ ഈ 3 ഘടകങ്ങൾ ആവശ്യമാണ്. അപ്പം കാലം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു നേഴ്സറി പഠിക്കുന്ന 20 വയസ്സിൽ കൊണ്ട് ചേർക്കത്തില്ലല്ലോ. അപ്പോൾ എടുത്ത് പോകാൻ ഇത്ര മണിക്ക് ഇറങ്ങി, അപ്പം ഒരു 2-3 മണിക്കൂർ യാത്ര ചെയ്താലേ പ്ലേ സ്റ്റേഷനിൽ എത്തുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ അതിന് മുമ്പ് തന്നെ ഇറങ്ങി, എന്നിട്ട് നമ്മൾ വണ്ടി ഓടിച്ച് പോന്നു. ചിലപ്പോൾ ആക്സിഡൻ്റ് ആകാം, പ്ലേ സ്റ്റേഷൻ എത്തിയില്ലെന്ന് വരാം, യാത്ര മുടങ്ങിയെന്ന് വരാം. അപ്പം കാലം പ്രയത്നം ഉണ്ടായിട്ടും നമുക്ക് ഈശ്വര കൃപയില്ലാത്തതുകൊണ്ട് അത് പൂർണ്ണമാക്കിയില്ല. ഒരുപക്ഷെ പ്ലേ സ്റ്റേഷൻ എത്തിയാൽ ചിലപ്പോൾ കാലാവസ്ഥ ശരിയല്ലെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പ്ലെയിൻ എഞ്ചിൻ കേടെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു, യാത്ര കൂടെ പോകാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല. അപ്പോൾ കാലം പ്രയത്നം ഉണ്ടായിട്ടും ഈശ്വര കൃപയില്ലാത്തതുകൊണ്ട് ആ കർമ്മം പൂർത്തീകരിക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചില്ല. അപ്പോൾ കാലവും പ്രയത്നവും ഈശ്വര കൃപയും കൂടി ചേർന്നാൽ ഇത് കർമ്മം മധുരമാക്കാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ കൃപയ്ക്ക് നമ്മൾ നല്ല പ്രവൃത്തി ആവശ്യമാണ്. ആ നല്ല പ്രവൃത്തിയാണ് കൃപയായിട്ട് വരുന്നത്. ലോകത്തോടുള്ള കാരുണ്യമാണ് ഈ കൃപയ്ക്ക് പാത്രമാകുന്നത്. ഹൃദയം ഒരു പാരച്ചൂട്ടുമാണ്. അത് തുറന്നില്ലെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് തന്നെ കാണാൻ പാടും. അതുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ ആ ഹൃദയം തുറക്കുക. ആ ഹൃദയം തുറക്കാൻ നമുക്ക് കഴിയട്ടെ. നമ്മളെ മനഃശക്തിയും ആരോഗ്യവും ഒക്കെ കൊണ്ടാകട്ടെ. കൃപ മക്കളെല്ലാം അനുഗ്രഹിക്കട്ടെ.
We are all Amma's children, whom she holds very close to her heart. With her blessings and grace, we are all bound to do well in our lives. Amrita School of Engineering, Chennai Campus, although a very young campus, has done exceptionally well, claiming victories alongside other established campuses. It is ably headed by our principal, Dr. V. Jayakumar. I request our principal to carry on with the key proceedings of the day, that is, awarding of medals and degree certificates.
Thank you, Mr. Srikanth. Om Amrita Vishwa Maga. Millions of prostrations at the lotus feet of our beloved Chancellor Amma. Revered Sambhuja Ramakrishnanda Puri Swamiji, Member Board of Management Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, esteemed Chief Guest Professor B.S. Murthy, Director IIT Hyderabad, distinguished Guest of Honor Dr. Anumanta Rao, Director General Samir, respected Dr. Shashankan Ramanathan, Dean Amrita School of Engineering, revered Sambhuja Vinayamrita Ananda Puri Swamiji, Administrative Director of Chennai Campus, our beloved Campus Director Shri I.B. Manigandan, proud parents, beloved colleagues, my dear graduates, I extend my pranams and warm wishes to each one of you. At this moment, I vividly recollect and visualize your journey from Swagatam 2019 to Convocation 2023 today. It is indeed a touching moment for all of us to track and witness your growth trajectory and see you all prospering today. You first batch, as Professor Murthy pointed out, pioneering batch, will remain special for us forever. I take this opportunity to sincerely thank the parents for trusting us and admitting your wards here, even though it was a new campus then. Your confidence in us has been instrumental in our growth, taking us from 176 students to 1,953 students today in just 4 years. We are humbled to hear from you parents that we have lived up to your expectations. Thank you. Let's start the proceedings on a high note. We acknowledge and celebrate the achievements of our university medal winners first. In the very first graduating batch of Chennai Campus, we have the prestigious Chancellor Medal awardee. The Chancellor Medal, also popularly known as Amriteshwari Medal, is bestowed upon an undergraduating student with the best all-round performance chosen from the various schools across all disciplines from all 8 campuses. Graduates who have secured campus-level ranks or university-level medals in any UG program are considered for this medal. The criteria for this award encompasses a wide range of parameters such as academics, research, interdisciplinary collaboration, international experience, innovation contest awards, interdisciplinary experience, internship experience, live-in lab and community engagement, Amrita values or cultural education competitions promoting Chancellor's vision and excellence in arts competitions and sports competition. With immense pleasure, with immense pride, I announce that Mr. S. Palaniyappan, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, achieved a remarkable score of 750 points out of 900 points, making him the recipient of the Chancellor's Medal this year. This achievement not only honors Mr. Palaniyappan, but also sheds light on the academic rigor and research culture that our Chennai campus has fostered within a span of 4 years. In addition to the Chancellor's Medal, Mr. S. Palaniyappan has also secured the campus level gold medal, adding another feather to his cap. To present this prestigious award, I request our Sambhuja Swamiji to do the honors. I also request all the dignitaries on the dais to join. I invite Mr. Palaniyappan to receive the Amriteshwari medal. Many congratulations, Mr. Palaniyappan. Moving on, our Chennai campus has yet another remarkable accomplishment to share. We are pleased to announce that our CSE student, Ms. Nitya Arshita, has been awarded the university level gold medal in the School of Computing. These university level awards are bestowed upon graduates who have not only achieved campus level rank certificates, but also excelled in their journal publications. The recipient of this honor must have the highest research score among all rank holders of all schools of computing of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. Once again, with immense pride, I announce Ms. Nitya Arshita as the recipient of the University Gold Medal in the School of Computing. As she is currently pursuing her master's at the University of Illinois, USA, she is unable to join us today. To accept this prestigious gold medal and rank certificate on her behalf, we have the pleasure of inviting her mother, Mrs. Naga Renuka, to the stage. I request our Swamiji to present the gold medal and rank certificate to the proud mother of Ms. Nitya Arshita. Many congratulations, Ms. Nitya Arshita. Now, we move on to the award of medals and rank certificates to the campus level rank holders. We begin with our rank holders from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. The university has recognized 10 rank holders in this current batch, and I am pleased to invite them onto the stage in the order of their acquired ranks. Each rank holder will receive their rank certificate as well as the degree certificate. I request our chief guest, Professor B.S. Murthy, to do the honors for them. Mr. B. Naresh Kumar, silver medalist. Sir. Mr. A.N. Shakti Lakshmanan, third rank holder. Mr. M. Sanjay Siddharthan, fourth rank holder. Ms. G. Amrita, sixth rank holder. Ms. A.S.L. Manasa, seventh rank holder. Mr. T. Sanjay, eighth rank holder. Mr. S. Sabarish, ninth rank holder. And we have Mr. M.K. Abhishek, 10th rank holder of Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Now, let us acknowledge the outstanding rank holders from the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. The university has recognized 5 rank holders in this current batch, and I am pleased to invite them to the stage in the order of their acquired ranks. Ms. S. Varsha Sri Sai Priya, gold medalist. Mr. Gokula Subhash, silver medalist. Ms. M. Shai Shri Akshita Reddy, fourth rank holder. Next, I would like to call upon rank holder from the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Ms. G. Anuradha Reddy, gold medalist. And last but not the least, we would like to recognize the exemplary rank holders from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. The university has recognized 3 rank holders in this current batch, and I am pleased to invite them to the stage in the order of their acquired ranks. Mr. C. Praneeth Kumar, gold medalist. Mr. S. Srivatsav, silver medalist. Miss Nalla Mathuri, third rank holder. Once again, heartfelt congratulations to all the medal winners and rank holders for your dedication and hard work. They all deserve big round of applause. Now, we move on to the distribution of degree certificates to all our graduates. We will begin with the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Now, I invite our guest of honor, Dr. Anumanta Rao, to join us in presenting the graduates with their well-deserved degree certificates. I request you to give away the certificates, sir. Department of Computer Science Engineering. To start with, Mr. S. Aravind. Yeah. Mr. D. Shashank Sai. Miss D. Sai Lakshmi. Mr. J. Gladwin. Mr. K. Ashagnan. Miss K. L. Vaishnavi. Miss Maunika Shaker. Miss Maunika Shaker. Mr. S.K. Mukilvarnan. Mr. N. Moganesh Reddy. Mr. T.P. Nitishwaran. Mr. V.M. Pranavan. Mr. S. Ram Prasad. Mr. Reddy Tarun Kumar. Mr. Ritul Manoj Kumar. Miss A.P. Shaktipriya. Mr. V.P. Shankar. Miss S.L. Pragati. Mr. S. Vamsi Krishna. Mr. V. Sri Verma. Mr. S. Sudarshan. Mr. Suraj Asa. Mr. T. Jagdishwar Reddy. Mr. M. Udayakiran, Mr. S.V. Varun, Mr. V. Sritej Chaudhary, Mr. E. Xavier Emmanuel, Mr. Yashash L. Gowda, Mr. Surya Umashankar, Ms. Lakshmi Shagiti, Mr. S.K. Logeshwaran, Ms. Navya Gade, Mr. M. Siddharth Shankar, Ms. S. Yashashvi, Mr. C. Abhilash, Mr. R. Sridhar, Mr. Y. Sai Jagdish, Mr. K. Charan, Mr. V. Jaidesh Balaji, Mr. D. Magesh Chandra, Mr. K. Raja Varun, Mr. V. Shrika, Mr. DMS Sukrit, CSE Department, Samaji, Mr. B. Abhinay Reddy, Mr. B. Jagannath, Mr. C. Dhananjay, Mr. D. Saket, Mr. Sai Krishna, Mr. Kanishk R. Progit, Mr. D. Mukesh, Mr. M. Naveen Babu, Mr. P. Venkata Krishna, Mr. Ravi Venkat Jayant, Mr. M. Mani Shashank, Mr. P. Shaket Kumar. Miss N.L. Kirtana. Mr. M. Venkata Sri Gaurav. Mr. M. Jitendra Kumar Reddy. Mr. D. Vishwajit Verma. Mr. R. Rogan Reddy. Mr. Murari. Miss Priyanka. Mr. Brath Champagain. Swamiji, our Brath is from, our international student, he is from Nepal. So we are proud to say that in our first batch itself, we had 5 international students. The next one is Mr. Rohit Kumar Shah. He is also an international student from Nepal. Mr. Deepta Sarkar, our proud international student from Bangladesh. Next, we move to the distribution of degree certificates to the graduates of the Department of Electronics and Communications Engineering. Now, I invite our Administrative Director of Chennai Campus, Sambhujya Vinayamritananda Puri Swamiji, to award the degree certificates to our graduates. Mr. A. Srinivas. Swamiji. Mr. Anne Abiram. Anne Abiram. Mr. R. Arnachalam. Miss V. Avantika. Mr. Arshith Rao. Mr. K. M. Gautam Maitreyan. Mr. Sri Pavan Kumar. Mr. M. Sahil. Mr. S. Mogana Praveen. Mr. P. Hemadaditya. Mr. P. Somnath Hakil. Miss P. Pranavi. Miss C. Rajashri. Mr. V. Reddy Tarun. Mr. S. Sanjeev Akash, Mr. Sheikh Wali, Mr. B. Siddharth Sai, Mr. Hassan Basha, Mr. Urjit Reddy, Mr. S. Vaishak, Mr. K. M. Vijay Kesavan, Mr. Anil Teja, Ms. M. Nainita, Ms. Sai Divya, Mr. Sai Venkat, Mr. P. Natesh, Ms. B. Lalasa, Mr. K. Nitin Sai Kumar, Mr. S. Bharanidharan, now we move to the distribution of degree certificates to the graduates of the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. To start with, let me invite Mr. A. Lakshmikant, Ms. Pranati, Mr. S. Karthikeyan, Mr. M. Naga Kamalesh, Ms. Lopamutra, Mr. C. Prakash, finally, we move to the distribution of degree certificates to the graduates of the Department of Mechanical Engineering. To start with, let me invite Mr. B. Irensai, Mr. G. Harish, Mr. Arshavardhan Reddy, Mr. M. Mogit Venkatesh, Mr. P. Likit Kumar, Mr. Sai Prajit, Mr. S. Shanmukh Sagar Ganesh, Mr. G. S. Srivatsan, Mr. P. R. Vijay Karthik, Mr. D. Leela Charan, Mr. M. Surya, Mr. Yedu Udayan. Mr. C. Shrikar. Mr. D. Chanakya. Yeah. Mr. G. Navasurya Satya. Mr. S. Krishna Prasad. Mr. Ronak. And finally, we have Mr. Bhaskar Babu Rahul Gandh. Huge round of applause to each and every one of you. We are really proud of your achievements. Thank you, Swamiji, Chief Guest, Guest of Honor, for patiently presenting the degree certificates to our graduates over such an extended period. Once again, congratulations to all on your graduation. I wish each and every one of you the very best in all your future endeavors. Namashivaya, Loka, Samasta, Sugino, Bhavantu. Namashivaya.
Thank you, sirs, for doing the honors. Our students are our brand ambassadors. They have imbibed the spirit of Amrita, which will remain with them forever. Now let's hear from Mr. S. Palniappan, the recipient of Amriteshwari Award, to share his journey of 4 years as a representative of 2019-23 batch.
Good afternoon, everyone. It feels very good to be here. You know, I still remember in 2019, 4 years back, I still remember sitting somewhere here in this auditorium. And, you know, it was actually a completely new environment and with, you know, meeting new set of people. And actually it said that the environment influences our thoughts and which, in fact, shape our actions. And actually, I feel that all of us have ended up taking more good actions than not so good actions. And it's actually, you know, during this college days, if you see when we have time and, you know, relatively few responsibilities and, you know, one of the highest energy levels that we get in one's lifespan. So with all this, you know, it's actually a good time to try and explore different things. And that's exactly what I was trying to do. And, you know, in the process of me trying to try out different things, Chennai campus has been a good catalyst. And I want to thank the Chennai campus for that. And to my parents, to all my friends, you know, all my professors, and the Chennai campus, and Chancellor Amma, and finally Amrita, thank you very much. And, you know, it's actually been a very long journey with Amrita for more than 10 to 12 years. You know, I've spent a significant amount of my life in classrooms of Amrita, spanning university and school back in Trichy. And it's actually, you know, I actually feel that it has left an impact in the way I think and, you know, way I approach life. And it's actually also actually a great feeling that we, along with lakhs of graduates across India this year, we have actually started contributing to the country's GDP. And above all, we are all working under different banners, you know, originating from different countries, but with a common goal, that is to solve people's problem across the globe using technology. And, you know, we are all doing that, and we are in the process of making the world a better place to live. So congratulations to us, the class of 2023, and thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Palniappan, for your sweet words. As is customary, let's now have the vote of thanks. I request Dr. Vinita Sai, Chairperson, Department of Science and Humanities, Chennai Campus, to propose the vote of thanks.
Om Amriteshwarya Namaha. My most humble prostrations at the lotus feet of our beloved Amma, Mata Sadguru Amritanandamayi Devi, the Chancellor of this institution. Namah Shivaya all. It's a customary role indeed that I have donned, but I profess that it abounds in sincerity and gratefulness. First and foremost, we are forever indebted to Amma for her abiding grace and enabling this symphony of interconnected achievements. For what began as anxious moments on 29th July 2019 has come to fruition in the form of this full-blown miracle, I would say. I cannot but compare. I mean, yesterday's Narendra Modi Stadium was packed to the rafters. And of course, I see that this auditorium is packed to the rafters now. Both, of course, you cannot compare the two. However, I think today is an equally epoch-making first convocation ceremony of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham Chennai campus. So congratulations to all the graduates here. 176 graduates who have been awarded your degrees. We are most grateful to Sampujya Swami Ramakrishnananda Puri ji, Member Board of Management and Treasurer Mata Amritanandamayi Math, for his gracious presence and benedictory address and conferring and awarding degrees. Underneath the veneer of simplicity lies instilled a lifetime of wisdom, fortitude, magnanimity, and spirituality, which was evident in his benedictory address. Thank you, Sampujya Swamiji. A profound gratitude to Professor B.S. Murthy, Director IIT Hyderabad, an erudite academician and researcher, innovator par excellence. Under his stewardship, IIT Hyderabad is forging ahead gloriously. Sir, despite several commitments, you have traveled all the way from Hyderabad to honor us by being the chief guest for this first convocation ceremony. Thank you, sir. We are deeply grateful to Dr. Hanumanta Rao, Director General, Society for Applied Microwave Electronics Engineering and Research under MeitY, Government of India, for coming all the way from Mumbai and honoring us by being the guest of honor. Life as a teacher holds a special place was his message. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us today. Thank you, proud parents, for your presence today and invaluable contributions, I would say. We are truly grateful to you for choosing Amrita, Chennai campus, for your sons and daughters, and salute you for the indispensable roles that you have played in their lives. Sincere thanks to you all, to those here and those watching live too. Thank you all. We convey our wholehearted gratitude to Swami Vinayamritananda Puri ji for his continued guidance and support in all our endeavors. Thank you, Swamiji. Though one among us, we cannot fail to thank our Dean School of Engineering, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, for his presence and visionary leadership that marks our success. Thank you, Shashangan, sir. Sincere thanks to our principal for his meticulous planning and leading us by example. Thank you, sir. My heartfelt gratitude goes to our director for always guiding us and seeing things to perfection through his eye for detail. Thank you, sir. This ceremony has unfolded so well, I would say, thanks to the micro-level planning and selfless contributions of the organizing committee, chairpersons, program heads, Deputy Controller of Exam Cell and his team, Director CIR and his team, GM Admin and his team, the AOC, ICTS, Amritapuri and Chennai, dedicated faculty, staff, student volunteers, and all other volunteers. Immense gratitude to you all. And to the shining stars of today, warmest congratulations once again. We are incredibly proud of you all. I mean, I think we can all say that we know each and every one of you. I cannot say that for the other batches. So we are incredibly proud of you and hope that as you embark on your chosen paths, you will apply your learnings to excel in your careers and lives. Hold your heads high as you foray into the future to weather storms and convert challenges to opportunities. Eschew your selfishness, and with patience, determination, and discrimination, you should serve the society, which is the motto, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May your lives exemplify the spirit of Amrita and embody the message of Amma. Namah Shivaya, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. As we end this convocation, I once again extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone here. Now I request everyone to please rise for the national anthem. You may please remain.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
You may please remain standing. You may please remain standing till the academic procession leaves the convocation hall. Namah Shivaya. Thank you, everyone.